Hello, and thank you so much for clicking on my video, and welcome to my channel, Lovely Moments Creating. My name is Jenny, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you some fall DIYs, starting with this first project. I am going to be using 4 of these wooden crates here from the Dollar Tree. I am going to arrange these crates the way I want to attach them together, and to attach these crates I am going to be using some hot glue. I know we still have a little bit of summer, but fall is approaching, and I wanted to get ahead and start working on some decor for my home, because mostly everything that I style in my home I have to create myself. So I wanted to start working on those things and sharing with you some ideas. These DIYs today are all created using wood craft supplies from the Dollar Tree, along with some other Dollar Tree supplies. They're very simple and easy to do. So now once I have these attached, as you can see, I had them all going one way except for one of the crates, and that was going to be the second one. Now I'm going to go in with this sage color paint, and I am going to paint this entire piece. And this is the sage color by the Hello Hobby brand from Walmart. So this sage color is one of my oldie but goodies. I love bringing in these different color shades of green around the fall time, and I like to blend in the colors with different shades of orange and those burgundy colors. And this fall season I'm going to be bringing in some different color shades of yellow, so I'm excited for that color scheme. Now once I finish painting this, I am going to distress this a little bit by doing some little light dry brushing on that cafe color, and that's from the same brand from Walmart. And I'm just going to be doing some really light dry brushing just to distress this so I can get that rustic look. And so I'm just going to go around the edges and then just bringing in some colors right on top of the crates. And then I'm not going to be doing too much. And then once I get that complete, I'm going to start embellishing this. Now, I originally was going to be using those poster letters from the Dollar Tree, but I need to replenish those poster letters because I do not have all of the letters. So I decided to just go to my Cricut and just print out the word fall. And I didn't even have to print out the A because I'm not going to be using that, but I'm going to save that for something else. And so I'm just cutting off the F and the 2 L's. And what I'm going to do is just transfer these over to the 3 crates that I have facing backwards. So I'm just going to place down my letters and then just get my little Cricut tool to transfer those over. I really love the color of this DIY. I think it is so pretty. And right now, while I'm working on all of my fall decor, I'm keeping in mind how I want to style them. I like styling things in cluster, like on benches, tables, trays, corners. So I have I have in my mind other DIYs that I'll be styling with this piece. So once I have all of that transferred over, I do have these stems from the Dollar Tree, and I do want to add some of these to the bottom of that second crate. Now I originally was just going to lay them down, but because I want these to stay nice and secure, I decided to go in with some hot glue to tack them down. I may want to change out the decor, different fall things in there, so but I know I will always want to keep those stems down there. And I am going to hot glue a pumpkin in there too, but I'm just going to add a little bit of glue so I can change that out. Now I have 2 different pumpkins because I wasn't sure which color I wanted to add, and I decided to just go in with that orange pumpkin, and I just added a little bit of glue to the back, and I'm just going to press that down so that it can stay inside. Now what I'm going to be doing in the open spots in the back is I have 3 of those LED candles from the Dollar Tree, and they fit perfect in those slots, and that is it. I didn't want to overdo this because I'm going to be styling it with other decor, but I like how it light up. It looks really nice in the dark, and I think this is just really simple and rustic and beautiful for the fall. Now for my next DIY, I'm going to be using one of these wood rounds from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut off this jute hanger because I'll be creating a hanger using some Dollar Tree ribbon. What I am going to do first is paint this using some white chalk paint. Now I'm going to give it a good coat, but I'm not going to add 2 coats. I'm going to give it one good coat and let this dry because I don't want to have that stark white look. So once this dries down, that's the color that I'm going to keep it. So now what I'm going to do is add my hanger to this side first, and I'll be using some of that buffalo check ribbon from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to cut off how much I'm going to be using, and then I'm going to hot glue this on top of the sign first, and you can see what I'm doing, and I'm making sure I line it up with the holes and add the hot glue and then press that down because I'm actually going to flip this and you'll see exactly what I mean. And then I'm just going to add some hot glue over the other hole and press that down, and then I'm going to flip the ribbon forward. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to take one of those Dollar Tree wood rings to place it right on top, and it's just giving extra security for my hanger. This is a really simple sign, but I think it comes out so pretty. I want to apologize. My sinuses is really bad this season, and I keep sneezing, and so I'm now starting to sound stuffy. But I have my sinus medication that I'll be taking later on. So now I'm just adding my wood ring right on top. And then the Dollar Tree put out so many cute fall decor pieces, and I thought this 2 pumpkin cluster was so cute, and it says happy fall, and I like that the smaller pumpkin matched the ring. So I'm just going to add some hot glue to the back of this and place it right in the center of my sign. I am going to be embellishing this with some greenery and some floral. I do have some greenery that was left over from some centerpieces that I had made for my niece's graduation party. And so these greeneries all did come from the Dollar Tree. And so I just had a lot of them left over from the way I had the centerpieces arranged to I just decided let me start using these little pieces. And so I'm just cutting them off the stem and I'm just arranging them around the top of the sign. I cut them off the stem just so I could cluster them closer together, because with them on the stem they were kind of spread apart, which made it hard to make it difficult to hot glue down. Even though you can do it, you'll be trying to constantly push them together. So I'm just going to add a few more pieces of the greenery, and then I do have that pick of sunflowers that I picked up from, I believe I got those from the Dollar Tree as well. Yes. And I'm just Dollar Tree or Walmart, maybe Walmart for 97 cents. And I'm just going to take 3 of those and just layer them right on top of the greenery. I don't want to add anything else to this sign. I think the pumpkins look great. The sunflowers is a nice touch. And I just want to keep this really pretty and fall. And I absolutely love how this turned out. And I believe I've been saying happy fall and it's actually hello fall. Now for this DIY, I'm going to be using 3 of these wood planks out of this pack here from the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree always have that pack, and they have a different size too, and I love using those. Now I'm going to be pairing these with, I have this sunflower fabric from the Dollar Tree and one of these 11 by 14 canvas, and these are the ones without the frame. I love using these. So what I'm going to do first is use this white chalk paint, and I'm going to paint all 3 of these wood planks. I really like this DIY. I think it's so simple and cute, and I am going to be creating another one of these, but a Christmas version. I love to recreate decor from other seasons to match other seasons, and so I think this would be really cute if there was a Christmas version. So now you can use the Dollar Tree poster letters for this, but since I already had pulled out my Cricut for the other project, I just used my Cricut to print out Fall Sweet Fall. And I'm just going to transfer those over to each one of these planks. And I actually think if you use the poster letters from the Dollar Tree, the letters will be larger and they will pop and look so much better. But I just have my Cricut already out, so I just printed the words. And I actually printed sweet in a different font. So once I get all three of those transferred over, I will start working on the other items for this project. So for the canvas, I'm going to be wrapping this in this plastic. Now you can iron this fabric first so you won't have all the creases in your sign, or if you have a steamer you can just steam out the wrinkles. And all I'm going to be doing is folding in the fabric and just hot gluing it to the back. So I'm just adding one side first, and then I'm going to flip it over and just hot glue the other side. I could have done this even, but I didn't worry about that because I'm eventually going to cover the back of this project with some crafting paper. I just didn't have any, so I have to go pick some up. You don't have to do that if you're going to have it at home. I just want to have a clean back. As you can see, I kind of folded in those edges a little bit so they won't stick out on the side before I hot glue them down, just to make sure that this side on the front is nice and flush. And I'm just going in adding hot glue where it is needed to keep this nice and tight. I think fabric for the fall season is just nice and cozy, and I knew I wanted to do a fabric sign, and I didn't want to Mod Podge it on there. I wanted to keep the fabric. And so now I'm going to add my hanger to this now, and I'm going to be using hot glue to attach this, because when I get my crafting paper, I am actually going to be going over the back of the hanger where I hot glue down the ribbon, and I'm using some of that buffalo check ribbon from the Dollar Tree because that's also a way to keep everything nice and secured. And so now what I'm going to do is just add those planks where I had Fall Sweet Fall to this. I'm not going to do any other embellishment to this because the sunflower fabric is enough. And I absolutely love that that's the background. And the Dollar Tree have so many options that you can choose from if you don't like the sunflowers. And so all I'm going to do is arrange the planks how I want them, and now I'm just going in with the hot glue to secure them down. And I absolutely love this sign. I think it is so pretty, and it's like perfect for the fall. And I love that I used the buffalo check ribbon as the hanger because I think it just all tied in together, and this just turned out so pretty. For this next DIY, really simple, but I thought it was cute, I'm using another one of these wood planks from the Dollar Tree, and then I have this rustic wood sign from the Dollar Tree that has the jute hanger. And out of this 3-pack of Bless words from the Dollar Tree, I'm going to be using one. Now for my wood sign with the hanger, I'm going in with this sage color, and I'm not trying to paint it all the way to the edges. I'm just going in with one rough coat, and I do not want to cover up everything. Also for the wood plank, I'm going to be using this maize color paint, and I'm doing the same thing. I don't want a heavy coat. I want a very light coat, almost dry brushing it on there and not trying to do a full coverage at all. I want to be able to still see the unfinished wood. Now for the blessed word, I'm not going to use no chalk paint. I'm going to use this marker because it dries down, and so it's not going to be so bright. It's going to still have so vibrant. It's still going to have that rustic look, and I'm just making sure I don't get all of the edges because I want this to be a little distressed as well. I want to keep this entire sign kind of rustic. And this is really simple. The Dollar Tree do have other words like home, family, so there's other options besides the word bless. So once I get that complete, I'm just going to start attaching everything together. So I'm just taking some hot glue and adding it to the back of the plank, and I'm just going to place it right in the center of the sign. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the bless word. I'm just going to add the hot glue and then place that right down. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of embellishing to this sign. I'm going to be adding a couple of those sunflowers off that pick, and I'm just going to be taking maybe 2 of them. I originally thought maybe 3, but because I want to add a little buffalo check bow, I think the 3 was going to be too much. So once I attached those, I just made a little simple bow out of that buffalo check ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to hot glue that right under my sunflowers. And I think this is a really cute sign. I'm actually going to hang this on my blanket letter that my husband made me a few years ago. Maybe a few years ago. And so I just have a little nail on there, and I like to add signs, and I think this was perfect for the season. Now for this next DIY, I'm going to be using 2 of these wood signs from the coastal section of the Dollar Tree when they had all their summer stuff out. And I'm going to take these beads off this bead hanger. I'm going to keep these beads. I always keep beads that I pull off for projects because I use them for other DIYs. Now I do have 2, and I'm just sanding over where I took out the staples. I was like brain freeze. I'm going to glue these 2 together. I originally was taking off the attachment, but I realized I didn't even have to do all of that because they'll be facing each other. I'm only adding 2 because I wanted to have a thicker rim so that I can add some of that buffalo check ribbon around the side. Now what I'm going to be using is my sweet friend May from Craft Away with May gifted me some beautiful napkins, and this pumpkin fall napkin was one of them. So I did remove one of the plies, and I am going to cut just one side. I'm going to be using one of these pumpkins, and what I'm going to do is just Mod Podge this onto this wood piece. I am going to link May channel in the description box below so that you can go and see some really good decoupaging, because I just am very minimum and I'm not really good at it, but May is fantastic at it, and she gifted me so many beautiful napkins because I'm telling you, she does a lot of this. So make sure you check the description box below if you want to see more of this decoupaging, because I'm telling you, May is really good at it. Now as you can see, after I then added I'm going on top of it with more Mod Podge, and I'm kind of like dabbing it on there. Now my napkin is going to have a little more wrinkles than normal, and that's because the napkin looked like wood, so I wanted this to just look like natural wood. So as you can see, I'm dabbing it more than usual in certain areas, and once it completely dries, I'm going in with my Dollar Tree sanding block, and I'm just going to sand off the excess napkin that is falling over. And I'm just going to keep doing this in a downward motion because it's going to eventually fall off, and you will see as you just keep going over it, the excess napkin is going to fall off. I'm just being real careful. I always make sure that it completely dries before I do this, and as you can see, it's just falling off, and I'm going to continue doing that until it's smooth around the edges. And now that I'm finished, as you can see, most of it fell off. Now I'm going to be using that cafe color paint. It's actually almost the same color as the napkin, and so I'm going to paint the sides of this and the back, and I'm also going to kind of try brush a little bit around the edges and just dab some of the paint over where I may see that where some of the glue still had a little of that residue, and just to kind of make the color uneven, but you can't see it because it's actually literally almost the same color. So I'm just gonna finish painting the sides and the back. Once I have that complete, I am going to go around the edges using that buffalo check ribbon from the Dollar Tree. It is the same size, and that's why I wanted to glue these two sides together. I thought this would be a really cute accent piece to add to a tray or a cluster of other decor. I knew it was a few fall napkins in that package that May sent me, so I was like, oh my gosh, I do remember there being this beautiful pumpkin with this buffalo check bow, so I was super excited to have that so I can create this piece. Now, what I want to do once I finish adding the ribbon and I cut off the excess and tack it down, I want to embellish this, but in the same areas where like the ribbon is and the little sunflowers, just to make this sign pop and kind of have like a 3D effect. Now I'm going in with those greenery pieces kind of in the same area where there's already some greenery pieces, except for a little bit at the bottom. And then I also made a little simple bow out of that buffalo check ribbon from the Dollar Tree because I just wanted to add that right on top. And then I did pull off two sunflowers, and I'm going to attach those right over the sunflowers. And this was so simple and it was so cute. So if you find any napkins that you really like the print, you can turn those into some really pretty signs. And I absolutely love how this turned out. I love that I still have the little wrinkles because it sort of looked like cracks in the wood, and I think this is so pretty. Thank you, May, for sending me this napkin. Thank you all again for tuning in and watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video just as much as I did. If so, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you here. As always, in the comment section below, let me know which one of these DIYs are your favorite. And until next time, my sweet friends, stay safe so that I can see you in the next video.